All right, we're joined by UFC strawweight Gillian Robertson, who's got a big title fight upcoming. Gillian, how's it going?
I think things are going pretty great. We're 3 weeks out from, like you just said, my first title fight, and I can't complain. Camp's been going great, and it feels like the belt's already mine.
I know when we talked last time before the Amanda fight, you kind of said that was a chance, kind of one up Tatiana and get that title shot. After that fight, like, did you think you had done enough? And like, did you think you were gonna get it, or was it a bit of surprise when they gave you the title fight?
I guess I think I did do enough. I wasn't 100% happy with my performance, but coming up the cage, literally, like taking the first couple steps out of the cage, Hunter was there telling me that I was getting the title shot, and then they brought me back to Dana, and he told me the exact same thing. So it was like right after the Lemos fight, I kind of knew it was solidified.
I guess kind of the only worry was if Whaley was coming back. Like, I guess that was kind of the only one that could probably leapfrog you then.
Oh yeah, 100%. That was the only one where I was like, she definitely deserves it. Obviously, even when I do win the belt, I feel like that should be the first contender that comes back, you know? I think that I don't know, she never lost it. She gave it up. So you got to take it from her.
I know as a challenger, you don't have a ton of say on like dates and stuff. So like, but like, I know you like to be as active as possible. So like, does this kind of work out at middle of August for you?
Oh, it worked out perfectly. I feel like just with two back-to-back camps with Amanda Lemos pulling out of the first one and then having to go through another camp, we had a nice little break in the middle, and then like I said, we were able to get right back in there. So I think it worked out perfectly.
What have you made of Mackenzie's last couple fights? Like, I see she looked good against Verna and Amanda. Like, let's see, she's on a bit of a win streak. I know she lost to like Andrade and Lemos, but like since those kind of losses, she's kind of turned around and looked a lot better.
Yeah, I think she's got a lot of fight in her regardless. Like even like with her and Virna, I feel like Virna was making maybe some of the more technical, smarter decisions, but Mackenzie just doesn't stop. She keeps on fighting. She's got a lot of aggression in her, and that's obviously what won her the fight. And I think that's probably like her biggest threat is she just like kind of is constantly trying to do damage.
I know often when we see like two high level grapplers fight, it kind of turns into these like kickboxing fights. But do you think that's a possibility? Do you think with like how both you guys are comfortable off the back and stuff that it's probably gonna hit the mat, like more likely than not?
No, I see this being very much an MMA fight. I see it kind of being all over the place. I see it in the striking and the clench on the ground. I don't think we're going to be, I guess, solely in one department.
Do you think like for both of you guys, this is the best grappler you fought? Like this best grappler you like Mackenzie's fought, and like Mackenzie's the best grappler you fought so far?
I think that's fair to say for both of us.
So like with that, like does that kind of add some intrigue where it's like kind of see who is a bit better? I know you've been wanting this fight even before Mackenzie had the belt. Like so now that it is for a belt, like does that just make it that much better where you can kind of see who is this kind of best grappler in this division is?
I guess yes and no. For me, I feel like I even see, I'm like, honestly, if me and Mackenzie competed straight jujitsu, she might be a better grappler than me. But
Mhm.
when it comes to MMA, I'm the best on the ground. That's just how I feel like how it is. So it's like there's no pressure like mine, there's no aggression like mine on the ground. I just feel like it's going to be a different world for her.
We've seen like these high level jiu-jitsu people, they pull guard a lot. Like I know Mackenzie's done it before. Like, do you imagine she's not really gonna want to do that with you? Kind of how dangerous you are on the top with your ground and pound and stuff.
No, I think she'll be completely willing to pull guard, honestly. I honestly think that's probably one of her best, I guess, positions to win
Mm-hmm.
a fight. I think that's her best way to like get somebody out there to finish a fight is when she's on her back. That's when she has her most danger.
5 rounds. Like, does anything change with that with training, or do you kind of always prepare for 5 rounds, even when you've been fighting for three?
No, I usually only, I guess, when I have a 3 minute, 3 round fight, I only prepare for the 3 rounds. So this is my first time doing a training camp with 5 rounds. But honestly, it just feels, I don't know, it feels so natural to me.
Mm.
It hasn't felt hard in any way. I feel like I'm probably a 5 round fighter anyway. I kind of have a slow first round, typically speaking. So I just feel like I get better as I go.
And it's not like any of these fights where they do go the distance where it's like you're huffing and puffing. Like it seems like you could easily go another 2 rounds, anyways.
Oh yeah, I don't think there's any girl, and I think this is going to be a big thing that comes into play in this fight. But I don't think there's any girl that can handle my pace. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just the pace that I'm constantly pushing that I feel like in a 5 round fight is going to be hard for anyone.
Is that something like you've even thought about like for a while, like even in those 3 rounds, like pushing a high pace? Like, do you imagine you could just do that for 5 rounds and kind of keep that pace up at the same time?
Oh, well, yeah, I've been able to do it fine in sparring. So I'm like, it's been going well there. But yeah, I think it's just kind of as long as you're making good
Mhm.
decisions, you're never gonna get tired in there. It's whenever you start doing dumb things that you start gassing yourself out, when you start trying to force positions or force submissions. So I feel like I'm very good at just constantly flowing and making your opponent work.
Do you bring in anyone special or like different for this camp just to kind of prepare for her grappling, or is it kind of the same people you always work with?
I guess typically the same people I always work with. The only one who would be different, she actually competes for UFC BJJ, Leilani
Mhm.
Bernales. She's been kind of stepping into the MMA zone a little bit, but very high level grappler. Got great wrestling too, so I feel like she's been giving me a great look. Honestly, like exactly what Mackenzie's gonna give me, except she's 15 pounds heavier than me too. So I got a little bit of that to fight with too.
It is kind of crazy where like you're getting the stuff because we've been doing this for a while, and this is like what your 21st UFC fight now. I think like it's kind of crazy where like for a lot of people they think you're kind of like just get like a newcomer on the scene getting there, but it's like kind of crazy how long it actually kind of took. Like, have you kind of had a chance to reflect on like kind of your UFC journey so far and like kind of how up and down, like not up and down, sorry, but like kind of the journey it's been to get this far?
Well, I believe somebody told me that I've had the longest journey for a female to a title so far in the UFC. So I guess I'm holding that record right now. But yeah, it's been a crazy journey, definitely. I loved every step. I'm just here for the fights. Even for this fight, obviously the title is always it's something big, but I just want to perform well. I just want to go out there and fight. It's not even about that as like about the title as much as I just get another opportunity to go out there and perform.
Obviously we're both Canadian. Obviously Canadians haven't like since really George is kind of the last person to really hold the belts. Like what would it mean for you to be like kind of next face and kind of so like obviously we saw what GSP did for MMA in Canada and kind of the wave, but for you like if you could be that first female Canadian, like what do you think that does for the sport in Canada?
Hey, you just said it there, being the first female Canadian champ. I think that's, I don't, just saying that is unreal to me. I'm super excited for that, and I don't. Maybe we do get a little bit of more of a surge of Canadians coming out. We need more of us in the sport.
And you can bring the UFC back to Canada more often because they only come in like 2 or 3 times a year, and like it's such a huge country that they could come way more often.
And maybe they put me on the card when they do this time
Yeah,
too.
maybe, or yeah, because for the longest time, you're always fighting like the week before, or the week after all these Canada cards, which I never understood.
Yeah, always so close to the card, never on it.
With this one, like I know you're always going for the finish, but like obviously Mackenzie is very durable, like very dangerous. Like, how do you kind of see this one playing out?
Um, like I said, I kind of see it playing out everywhere. I feel like the way for me to win is to make it dirty. Just really try to look on my ground and pound, use a lot of elbows. I think that she's going to be tough to submit. I think that's easy to say.
Mhm.
Obviously, I will be looking for that, but I think a victory is more likely in the form of a TKO for me.
You get the win. Like, do you imagine that next title defense is against Whaley? Like, would that be your kind of goal as your first title defense against her if she's ready to come back?
100%. Like I said, I think that Mackenzie's facing this right now, and I'm going to face it as soon as
Yeah.
I get the belt. Of everybody doesn't call her the champ. Everybody thinks Whaley's the champ. You have to take it from Whaley to really solidify yourself. So I'm ready for that once I get the belt. That everybody's be like, well, it's Whaley's belt anyway. So it has to be the first rematch or the first fight after the belt.
I know for like the champions don't fight as often. I know you like to be as active. Is that something you've thought about? Is like, hey, maybe you get on that Marab schedule, kind of just force the UFC to keep turning you around if you can do it.
Oh yeah, if we can do it, we'll make it happen. I'm trying to, like you said, I'm always trying to be active. So hopefully, I usually keep it about 2, 3 times a year, and I feel like that's a good schedule, especially at strawweight for me.
And then winning the belt with like Dean, like what would that mean? Because obviously he's kind of taking you in. Like you guys have been together for so long. I know like everyone has always said kind of like you got to get to like these big gyms and stuff. So like for you, kind of doing it on your own with him, like how special would that be for you too?
I literally never played a sport in my life and volunteered with animals my whole life and walked into Dean Thomas's gym at 16 years old, and somehow we're here. So I think it's an unreal journey. It would mean so much to finally for us to win that together.
And then like for you like just last thing, like first title defense, like is that something you'd kind of push the UFC as like get it back to Canada or like go from Florida? Like is there a preference or is it just kind of for you? You don't really care where you fight as long as you're fighting for the belt.
I'm cool if it's in Canada or if it's in Shanghai. I just
Yeah.
know that it's gonna. I already know who's across the cage for me.
Yeah. Oh well, Jillian, I appreciate the time as always. Thanks so much for doing this again.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.